A new hotel is coming to the Bay Area, and it's a throwback to an old-school arcade company that got its start in Silicon Valley. Joining me now is Shara Tibken, senior reporter at CNET. Tell us what this is all about.
Yeah, so Atari is working with a real estate developer to bring 8 hotels to the U.S. These are going to be video game-themed hotels.
So let me stop you right now. I mean, Atari, is that even still a thing? I mean, that makes me think of, like, you know, old 80s Centipede games.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that's what they're going for. So they're kind of trying to make this a sort of like retro nostalgia type gaming hotel, but I think they're also aiming to make it really high tech. So when you're there, you can play VR games or augmented reality. They didn't give a ton of details about what exactly it'll be like, but they are really trying to appeal to that nostalgia and love for Atari, you know, from back in the 80s.
Yeah, well, we're looking at a picture right now of what the hotel, I suppose, could look like.
Yeah.
And it has the whole Atari theme on it. I mean, who are they appealing to with this? Is it people of a certain age that might have played Atari?
Yeah, I mean, probably them and their kids, you know. I think that they're trying to go for a wide gamut. They also said some of the hotels could have esports, which is becoming really popular in the U.S. with younger people. You know, even colleges have scholarships for people to play competitive video games. So there could be, you know, arenas or things like that in some of these hotels. The first one is coming, you know, or they're working on it, breaking ground later this year.
So are you talking about like a mini theme park sort of thing?
I don't know. I mean, for me, when you hear about it, you're like, oh yeah, this is something that totally belongs in Las Vegas.
Right.
And yeah, and that's one of the places that they're planning to go. It'll be really interesting to see what they do with it in the Bay Area. So they said they'll have 2 locations here, San Francisco and San Jose. And I'm really curious to see where exactly in San Francisco or what this is going to look like.
Yeah, it's not like we have a lot of room around.
Yeah.
So something's going to be maybe, you know, changed up for that. Okay, so no idea on the timeline here.
No, we're not sure about the timeline. Phoenix is going to be first. They said they're breaking ground later this year on that one, and then the rest will follow. They could potentially do more later on, but I think they're going to wait and see what happens with these first ones when they get going.
Okay, it is interesting, sort of an old idea and then just a new way to draw new customers, I suppose. I legit thought that Atari was dead.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're working on a retro console, you know, but I think it's had some delays. This is kind of more, this isn't necessarily Atari itself doing these, it's more kind of a licensing deal with a real estate developer, but, you know, really appealing to the Atari fan base.
Okay, that's going to be interesting. All right, switching gears, a new video app that's already having some bugs. Tell us about this.
Yeah, so I don't know if you remember Vine, which was pretty popular, kind of the really short, like 6-second videos. Twitter bought it, and then it eventually was shut down by Twitter.
Yeah, so and what was, I mean, why? Let's back that up.
I'm not really sure. You know, I think at that time maybe it wasn't quite ready for it. Twitter was kind of trying to reevaluate what they were and where they fit into the world, and for them, Vine wasn't necessarily right. But now we have something like TikTok, which is just insanely, hugely popular. So the guys who started Vine are back with a new app called Bites, and it's similar to what TikTok does, similar to what Vine did. Just, you know, short 6-second videos that you'll be able to share with your friends. But
so 6 seconds, we're sticking with the 6. That seems so
really
short to me.
It is short.
What are you conveying in 6 seconds?
I don't know. I mean, it's crazy because when Vine was out, there were these huge like Vine stars. You know, it became a thing, and so people are talking about how some of the previous like Vine stars are now getting back onto going for Bites. You know, like I tried to sign up with my name and it's already taken.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so there's, you know, and Shara is not exactly the most common name out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so people are signing up for it already. Yeah.
And so what's the glitch?
Yeah, so the problem is they're already seeing some problems with bots making comments on videos. So yeah, it's been live since last week, and yeah, already bots are taking over basically.
So what are concerns about that? You know,
I mean, basically spam. So you'd be getting like spam comments that that would have nothing to do with anything that a real follower would care about, or, you know, harassment, things like that. So they're working on fixing that as fast as they can, and adding other new features and things to kind of enhance the app. So it's just really, really early days, and they're really working hard on it, I think.
And it's always interesting to see when somebody comes up with a new app, how it's going to catch on and to what, age group it's going to appeal to. I mean, TikTok was nothing and then suddenly blew up.
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, that's, hugely popular. And I think that the guys who made Vine are probably like, what the heck? We were doing this. We were trying to do this. Yeah. So, yeah, it's really interesting to see them try to do something new that was, similar to what they had before.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, we will stay tuned. Shara Tibken, senior reporter for CNET. Thanks so much for all of that insight this morning.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back.